for the Atlanta Braves.
At the wall, it is gone! A grand slam for Acuna!
Hear every exciting home run, every strikeout, and every thrilling victory on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs, with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5, and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food, on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Looking for patriotic apparel that actually means something? Come visit Bales of Blue in the heart of Lynnhaven on Ohio Avenue. We carry top brands like Grunt Style and Nine Line, plus our own line of patriotic gear made for those who serve. Discounts for military and first responders because service deserves recognition. Stop by today on Ohio Avenue in Lynnhaven or shop online at balesofblue.com. Bales of Blue, patriotic apparel, gifts, and gear built for those who serve.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
WGSX Lynnhaven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's kind of weird. James, it's still kind of screwed up, isn't it? You can't. I can't hear myself.
How about now? Listen to yourself now.
Thank you. I can hear myself now. Dang, what a voice! That's awesome, man. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely beautiful day in paradise. Be careful when you get out. Have a little. Might want to have a windbreaker on or something. I walked out without it, and it kind of shocks you a little bit. Not bad, but it's going to be beautiful today. It's going to warm up, be really gorgeous. So you might want to wear some layers and then take it off when it starts getting warm. But right now it's kind of cool out there. Be careful driving to school this morning. Appreciate you so much for listening this morning. Appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors. We got two legends in here, and of course James. Let me say it again: 3 legends in here. Guys, said 3 legends in here. Jason Kovaleski, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Jason, what's going down in the stores?
Just same old thing. We got our meal plans going. We got a lot of people coming in using the InBody 570. We brought a lot of new products in. We got First Form's Clear Protein. So as it's getting hotter, if you don't want to drink something like a milkshake, you want something that's more like the consistency of a juice. They have a really, really good tasting Clear Protein that we have right now. So you can come by, get a free sample at a free sample bar, and we have 2 great locations on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village and in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
And the Jim Barant of the world. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You looking good. How's the family? Everybody good?
Everybody's
Judy?
doing good.
James, everything good in your world?
Doing great, man.
All right,
Woke up this morning,
going.
was happy.
All right, we got so much things to cover today. It's crazy. A lot of stuff going on. We talked about vacated wins. I got something on that I want to get into, and I'm sure you two guys are going to really love it because if the poor, the way they pick on certain universities and other universities get away with certain things, I tell you what, Jim, let's get in that maybe in another segment. I don't want to do that right now because I got to get this mutual overhaul Wild Kingdom update on. Okay, I got to get this done. The average lion, okay, I know you all care about this. From the tail to the head measure around 7 feet. Think about that's a big thing. It can do some damage.
It's a shack.
It eats you. The average weighs 330 pounds. What about males? 330 to 500 pounds, 550 pounds. That's what you average. Of course, everybody's different. Probably the most powerful, the big kings, or the bigger ones, they usually can fight better. But the record is incredible. Dublin, Ireland, in a zoo, 1959, world record, biggest lion ever. The average is 7 foot long, from the tail to the head. This one was 10 feet long. 10 feet long. It weighed 827 pounds.
Wow.
It was like a huge Dakota bear. I mean, it was a monster. It was a freaking monster.
And they put him in a zoo.
Killed
his will to live.
I mean, you'd think it was the Guinness they were giving him?
Probably.
The Guinness got him in the Guinness.
Might have been.
Yeah. Can you believe that? And the poor thing lived and captured. But that's probably why it weighed a little bit more than the other ones. Didn't have to move around as much.
Probably.
Yeah, but to be honest, talking about this, it really makes me sad to see beautiful animals in the zoo.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, I know they're safe, they're taken care of, they're probably warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer, as far as you know. But to live that way in a little
cage, here's what you need to do next time you go somewhere where there's animals. Go over and lock the cage and let them out.
Well, you know what happened to us the last time we did that. Me and Judy, his wife, we got in a lot of trouble. They had a movie about it, Free Willy.
Yeah.
We let that killer whale out. Remember we got in trouble about that?
Who writes your material?
It's still wandering around the day to this day.
Anyway, that's your mutual home of Wild Kingdom update. College baseball, Georgia baseball team. My goodness, man, they made history the other day. They beat Arkansas 26-14. Okay, they had 9 home runs, which is a record I think for them. They also had 21 hits. Georgia has, listen to this. Georgia has 102 home runs.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding, that's a lot. That's all I got for today. I've enjoyed it.
I'm out.
It's been good. I got to get back to Disney. Been really fun. James, you got it?
Musical interlude. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, Jim. We've got the coaching changes in Bay County. Or no, I wouldn't say Bay County, but the Panhandle. Mariana got a new coach. And then we came from Bozeman. Bozeman gets a new coach. South Walton, not South Walton, but Freeport. We know Bobby Johns is there. All these changes. Wakulla. Did we ever talk about Wakulla? He left. And he'd been there forever.
Yeah, he'd been there a long time.
And did you ever, the reason I'm getting this, did you ever hear who got the Wakulla job?
It wasn't J.D. Jones' son. It wasn't Tanner. It was announced, but I can't remember.
So it has been announced? Because I've been out of the loop.
I think it was somebody on their staff.
Yeah.
An assistant. I don't know his name, though.
And the other one, the job I thought we might lose, one of our great ones too, was Niceville. You know, he coached up there, and he
played there.
Played there. All the connections. But he stayed at Mosley.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I think that's a really big.
Well, sometimes it could be good for a change. I mean, if anybody knows about the good or bad of Niceville football, it would be him because he played and coached there. So Maybe he just needed a change of scenery.
If you win, I think it'd be really, really good there.
Yeah.
If you lose,
This past year, I saw Niceville play. I was not impressed. Choctaw beat them like a red-haired stepchild. And I said, I've never seen Niceville play that poorly. Choctaw ran all over them. So maybe he knows. Maybe he knows something. I don't know.
and some of the coaches over down that way or over that way have made it clear in the past that you'd have a good player playing for you, then all of a sudden he'd be over at Niceville.
Right.
And that was in the past. Now that you have freedom to do whatever you want to do.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're not going over there as much.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But Choctaw was real good, though. I think they made the Final Four.
Thank you. My voice, I don't know what, my throat's hurt ever since I've been back. I think I'm fighting off something. All right, a question for the three experts in here today. Which group has a better overall sports school? Overall sports schools, and really most of this is featuring college football, college basketball. You had two groupings. Here's Group 1A, and you got to tell me what's better, A or B. Group A, you have Michigan, Texas, LSU. Let's go to Group B, Florida, Ohio State, and Alabama. Which programs had the better overall athletic programs?
Well, the one that doesn't get enough recognition on here and just in general is the University of Florida. I know they're not doing much in football anymore, but in everything else,
baseball, softball,
they win a ton of championships. So whatever group Florida's in, that's the one I would go with.
Yeah, Michigan just won the national championship, and LSU's kind of slacked off a little bit. I know women's basketball didn't, live up to the hype this year.
Baseball team,
men's basketball's been terrible. They went and hired Will Wade again, which is a laugher.
Yeah.
Honesty and integrity.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, what he was doing is now legal, so what's the problem?
He's an expert.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time, trendsetter.
And their football program's been a little lacking, but I would go with the Michigan, Texas. What was Florida in that one?
Yeah, whatever Florida's in.
Michigan, Texas, LSU's Group A. Group B, which I'm going with, Alabama basketball. Are you kidding me? Baseball team's doing good this year. Ohio State, are you kidding? They're up there and everything. Basketball team wasn't as good as I thought.
No, they're struggling in basketball. They got to.
Softball team. I watched them win another game the other day. I watched them. James, what about you? So and Florida's in that group. So you would go A or B?
I think it's close because Michigan just won the national championship in basketball. They've won in football, whether you want to claim it or not, in the last 3 years. And they were Frozen Four in hockey. Wrestling top 10. I mean,
Texas is good in a lot of sports.
Yeah, Texas
also.
women's basketball Final Four, men's basketball made it Sweet 16. I'll go A just to keep it
we got
fair
an A
balance.
and we got a B. Big James.
I'm going to go
break the tie.
I got to go with A. So we got Michigan there. We got Texas there. Those are the only two that I really need in there because both of those are just absolute powerhouses.
Across the board.
Yeah, just basically
baseball.
across
Look
the
at
board.
Texas baseball's good.
Texas has really great track. Even not a lot of people talk about track because I'm not really good at running, so I don't watch a lot of it. But they got great track teams too.
Right. We got two going with Group A, and I got to be fair and balanced. I look at Texas baseball across the board. They're good, pretty good in just about everything. They got the money to be good in everything. Michigan's, look at what they've done recently. LSU's the only weak sister in there. Maybe LSU's winning something we don't know about. But you're right, the girls' basketball team lost early, I thought, in the playoffs.
LSU with the gymnastics is what I'm going to give you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go A because Florida, you're right, they've won in some other sports. Ohio State, what have they done?
Nothing.
Alabama, what have they done?
Nothing.
If they don't win a national championship in football, those two schools, nobody really pays much attention. I'm going to go A. Jim, you're outvoted.
I don't
care. You're wrong. You do not get the prize this morning. I'm sorry.
Care.
Oh, Jason, I got to ask you something. Relationships.
I can live with it.
Y'all both help me out with this, even you, James. Relationships in business. If you don't trust somebody, you don't want to deal with them. You don't want to do business with them. You don't want to be a partner with them. And that's the reason we both went with Stevenson Air Conditioning. We knew we could trust them. I'll never forget sitting in their living room and telling the owner, this is a while back now. I said, I want the biggest unit you can get we had one so old, because, you know, I just don't buy anything. It has to be falling apart for I'm going to get rid of it and spend any money. So I said, I want the biggest unit. When you turn it on, I want the place cold in a second. I don't care if the wind knocks you over. I don't care what it costs. I want the big. He said, Coach, I can do that. And he said, some people might do that, but you don't do it that way. And then he sit down and explained to me everything, what you've got to do. Square footage of the house. He did the same thing for your business, same thing for your house, same thing with Dr. Mitchell's houses. So we went with somebody that you can trust, somebody's honest, that you can believe in, and that's Stevenson Air Conditioning. I'll say the same thing for Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You actually let people try it before you buy it. Talk about how important it is, your employees that work for you, that having that trust relationship.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what everything in business, your name. I mean, if people can't trust you, they're not going to support you. They're not going to shop with you, and they shouldn't. I mean, if you are trying to just take their money and not give them the result they're looking for, then you shouldn't be in business. So relationships are everything, especially when you're dealing with a customer. I mean, the way we build trust is we let people try things. We have a free sample bar. We let people try, you know, proteins, pre-workouts, amino acids. We sit down and talk to them. We put them on the InBody 570 and actually show them results and how they can achieve their goals. So it's pretty much everything in business. So, and Stevenson, the air conditioner, was the same way with us. You know, we had issues, you know, with our air conditioning unit, and he talked to us and explained to us. We had issues in the past with older units that he came out and fixed and helped us maintain for free. So, I mean, and it took him within 48 hours to get out there, where a national company may wait 2 weeks to be on a waiting list and have to be there at a certain time. But he came out and said, oh, nope, this is what you got to do. 5 minutes in, old air conditioner, wasn't even his, you know, was working properly, and they helped us out tremendously. So they've saved us so much money over the years. And being a local company, if you want your local community to thrive, support these local businesses. I mean, corporations have billions of dollars. These people are feeding families and supporting, you know, Little League baseball teams and high school football teams. So if you really want to support your community, support these local businesses and help them, you know, thrive, and they'll turn around and help you.
Another great sponsor that you can trust with your life is that David Adams.
Yeah.
Plus, Amber, Patrick, they'll come. You got gold, silver, you want to sell it, they're going to give you top dollar. You want something fixed, they don't rake you over the coals. They do it right there in-house. They don't ship it off. They're honest, good people. I mean, they're just good people.
All the businesses owners that I've met through ESPN are really just good people.
They really are.
I haven't met a guy that's just selfish and just about himself and only cares about money. They're all about the community, and that's why they come on and support the show. And we support high school sports. College sports is our passion. So there's kind of that, you know, thread that kind of, you know, connects all of us together. But they're all really good people. Coach Ward, Dr. Ward, Mitchell, I mean, all those guys. I mean, wonderful. I've gone to them because I haven't really trusted the medical community since COVID, and they shot me straight, helped me out in just many ways. So I appreciate all the guys.
We've had some really good conversations with both those guys off air about all kind of issues. It's amazing. Another guy that fits right in there is Pat Perno. What a wonderful man.
Saw him yesterday. Told me to tell you hello.
I love that guy.
Yep.
He did so much for Bay District schools. We used to have TV shows over there, all kind of different things. City Commissioner does a great job there. But his restaurant, man, the way he trains those people, treats you like family is incredible. So you want a good meal by great people, it's Beef O'Grady's and Lynn Haven. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got Jim Brandt, Jason Kovaleski, Big James. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
That ball is going to be out of here.
The Atlanta Braves are crushing it.
Look out, Chop House, gone.
And tonight, the NL East leading Bravos are taking it to the Washington Nationals. First pitch from D.C. coming up at 6 right here on your spot for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast, ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour and temps near 80. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 5 miles per hour and be quite warm at 63. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 78 with a light breeze. Sunshine Thursday with a temp of 79. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Ready to break free from the ordinary? Find your next escape in a new 2026 Kia Sportage from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia, now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months and a 90-day payment deferral on the purchase of a new 2026 Kia Sportage. There's never been a better time to drive and build your home. The Sportage delivers bold style, impressive versatility, and a refined interior built for whatever the road takes you to. From daily drives to weekend getaways, stay connected and confident every mile. The road is yours. And remember, Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Offer from Kia Finance America on the purchase of a new 2026 Kia Sportage with $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers valid through 5/4/26.
When he played football, helmets had not been invented yet. Players played both sides, and quarterbacks weren't afraid of needles. It's the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Tuesday in a beautiful day. Jason Kovaleski, Jim Brand, thank you so much for listening this morning. We hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And now, let's bring him on. This guy's done an incredible job. Difficult situation over there ever since the storm, Jim. And it seems like it's starting to come back. The population, everything's getting better over at Rutherford. Coach does a great job. Coach Coffin, baseball coach, Rutherford High School. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're outstanding, outstanding. All right, let's get into it. They came out with the playoffs. Talk about this year. What did this year mean to you? How do you feel about everything? How everything went? And then give us names of the players. How they done since the last time I've talked to you.
Yeah, this whole season, man, it was kind of a roller coaster. We came out of the gates facing a little adversity, not a lot of depth on our roster, but man, I was so proud of the way our guys fought all season. Came up a little short last week in the district championship against Bay. Hats off to them. They did a great job, and they earned it. They deserved it. Man, but we're really going to miss our seniors: Kalen Wynn, Tyler Harry, Devin Langley, Cameron York, Jack Strickland. Man, they just fought for us all year long, and we're really going to miss them. But overall, I think we were playing pretty good baseball there at the end. Just came up a little short last week.
Well, what now? I mean, the season's really never over in baseball, but what do you guys do next year to keep this thing going? Do you see daylight? Do you think you can get this thing to they winning championships? The population's getting better over there. Growth is a little bit is happening now. What do you do this program now going forward in the weight room, summer league? Tell us what you do for going forward.
Yeah, we'll meet with all the guys later this week and kind of say goodbye to the seniors, but then the returners will put a plan together and kind of communicate what we think they need to work on and give them a little bit of time off. But yeah, right when that summer hits, we'll get back in the weight room, get on the field, and start working towards next year. Get a couple new guys in to fill the holes that our seniors left, but man, hit the ground running and work hard all summer, all fall, and try to have a different result in that game next year.
Now, throughout the season, you said you didn't have a JV, so you've named off the seniors' names. There's about 5, 6, 7 of them. I wasn't counting exactly, but that's got to be a pretty good chunk of your team. So what do you have coming back without a JV team? Where do you expect to draw these players into your program?
Yeah, we got a few that weren't on their starting lineup. Yeah, we got 5 seniors that we're going to have to replace. There's a crop, I think, coming in from Callaway and a couple other that I've heard of. So just getting it wherever we can, man. Once they get in the program, we'll coach them up and we'll get them ready to go.
Do your players play other sports? Do they do football, basketball, and such too? Do you try to recruit that well too?
Yeah, we encouraged them to play multiple sports. We had a few that played basketball and one that played soccer as well. I don't think we had any on the football team, but yeah, we encourage that, and definitely multi-sport athletes is the way to go.
Now, the season went by extremely quicker. Do you like what the state did moving the season up, or did you like it the way that in the past? In these playoffs, the first round, you have one game, then you go to a series. Do you like any of that? If you can make a change, what would it be? And tell us about what you like and don't like.
Yeah, I think when they change the schedule, it makes the season kind of feel like a sprint. And a lot of 3-game weeks, which puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage, honestly. But man, I think the 2 out of 3 in the playoffs is a good thing. You can't just ride one pitcher the whole way. But yeah, I think going back to the old schedule where we had a little more time, you could kind of have a couple more 2-game weeks and not really everything feels so rushed and like a sprint towards the playoffs. It would benefit.
Do you like what they've done too? You got a little time between the first round playoff games and the districts. What do you like that? When we were winning, I never wanted anything to quit. I wanted to keep going. I didn't want an open week. Let's keep going, man. Things are going good. Things are positive. Let's keep rolling. And now they kind of spread that out also. Do you like that, or do you rather play quicker?
Yeah, you want to just keep rolling, especially offensively. Like, you don't want your bats to get cold. You want your guys to see live pitching as soon as possible. But at the same time, it allows teams to line up their pitching. So you don't want to have a guy go out there and throw a complete game in the district championship and then not be able to come back for that first regional game. So as long as they give you enough time for that guy to bounce back, I think that's a good thing. But yeah, definitely, I know these coaches are gonna try to keep their bats hot in any way possible leading up to these regional quarterfinal games.
Coach Goff, anything you want to say before we get out of here? We appreciate you coming on, doing a great job over there. Keep it up, and we'll talk to you next year. If you need anything at all between now and the baseball season, just give us a call. Any kind of fundraiser we can help or promote, just let us know. We'll do it. We appreciate you. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, just thank you guys for all you do and promoting our program and all the nice things you guys have to say, man. It's really appreciated. And, yeah, I enjoy coming on every Tuesday, man. I wish you guys the best and look forward to doing it again next year.
Looking forward to it, buddy. We love you, Coach. You take care of yourself, man. Take care.
I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Right. Thanks, Coach. Coach Call. He does a good job, man. Yeah. I think he does the best with less. We know what that thing was. They had to go junior high school combined to get the enrollment up. The storm and everything like that.
They had a good little stretch there. I mean, they beat Bay High 4-3. They had 2 wins over North Bay Haven, and Bay High had that 27-0 win right before they played them, so they were getting on a roll with their bats. So they faced a tough team, and Hudson's won a state championship, so that's not an easy district championship. But they did really well. If you're in Rutherford District, go out there and try out, man. Go out there and play a sport.
Absolutely.
Figure it out. I mean, when we were young, we played every sport. We figured it out, but we wanted to play for the school, for pride, for the city, So go out there and try out, man. Get in the baseball team and help that program get back to where it should be and where it can be.
And if they ever any kind of fundraiser over there, go get involved with that. Help these teams out, especially about Rutherford. Coach, you got the lineup for the playoffs. Why don't you go over that with us?
It's going to take more than what we got left, but okay. We'll start with 5A. All right. Let me just preface all the games I mentioned here. Everybody starts at 7:00. Okay, whether it's Eastern, Central, it's all 7 o'clock. Okay. All right, and on Friday, Mosley goes to Lake City, Columbia.
Golly.
Wow.
All right, that's a long. If you never went to Lake City, Columbia, that's a long way. All right, that's only 5:18. Also on Friday is 4A. We have Arnold. This is going to be at Arnold. They're playing St. Augustine.
Wow, they're home.
Yeah.
Coach John was worried about that. Good job.
So hopefully they'll have a better alternative than they had when they played St. Augustine in football and got beat about 152 to nothing.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm sorry. Hopefully that won't happen. I don't think it will. I was just kind of joking there. All right. In 3A, probably the best team around. This is going to be on Saturday at home. South Walton is playing Jacksonville Wolfson.
Do it, Nick. Do it, Nick.
I got to give a shout out to South Walton. I didn't believe this because I had looked it up. They've played 27 games this year in baseball, 23-4. They've given up 41 runs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Their pitcher has like a .16
Are you kidding?
ERA.
They're loaded.
They've only given up more than 2 runs like 2 or 3 times all season.
And they've played like IMG. They played a national schedule.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, their schedule's brutal. Yeah.
I don't care who you're playing.
I think 4 of the top 7 teams ranked nationally are in Florida. Again, they play 2 of them.
I don't like why did they send I don't get that.
I don't have any idea.
They lost their district.
And the thing that's crazy about Mosley's ranked number 3 in the region, and Lake City, Columbia is 6.
Yeah, I don't get this. I don't get these people.
James, don't start on that rank. All right. I got a few more to get to. That's still in 3A. We got Bay, also on Saturday. They're going to Fernandina Beach.
Bay is, and
they're
they
number
won.
7
And they won the district, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got to travel. I don't get this.
And
All right, hold these thoughts right
But
there.
they're number 7.
We got to take a break. Come back and finish up. We got FSU also to do. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We love all of them. You mentioned them a minute ago, Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes. And you're listening right now. There's an office near you. The guy's incredible. He's operating me. The guy's the best at what he does. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here in ESPN Northwest Florida. Pepper's Mexican Grill. I'm so glad we all know about the one in town on 77. A great place, great food, everything's good out there. We finally got one in Panama City Beach, thank goodness. On Monday's Military Day, 10% discount. Every day's a great day to go. Great place to have birthday parties. If you're going to any kind of function at Arnold High School, go there and have a pregame meal there. Or come afterwards, have a meal, have a drink, whatever. Margaritas, buy one, get one free. Same thing with draft beer. Pepper's Mexican Grill. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And again, I don't know who won.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
That ball is going to be out of here.
The Atlanta Braves are crushing it.
Look out, Chop House. Gone.
And tonight, the NL East leading Bravos are taking it to the Washington Nationals. First pitch from D.C. coming up at 6 right here on your spot for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast, ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better. Together, TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped Good RX and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by Newbies. I saw John yesterday. I helped him stretch out. That sucker's built like you would believe.
Yeah.
He's got to be in his 60s, but he doesn't look it. The guy's incredible. Anyway, I saw John yesterday. They're doing good. Newbie's doing good. Charlotte's doing really well. Both of them doing well. Both of them look outstanding. They work out. They take care of themselves. They always get back to the community. Get out to one of 4 of the Newbies. Newbies 2 on the Curve. That's when you want to go to all sporting events. Head on down to the mothership. I can tell you all the time, Charlotte's going to have the best bands in the Southeast every weekend. Spring break, they had a great lineup there. They did really well. They had a really great spring break at all 4 locations. Go check them out. And remember, they're always there for us. Let's make sure we're there for them. Jim, go ahead and finish up with your baseball update.
All right.
Playoffs.
All right, so Baines on Saturday is going to Fernandina Beach, all right? In 2A, our Bozeman Bucks on Saturday are going to Trinity Catholic, which is in Ocala.
Wow.
For their and you know, James, this is kind of like your thing. You always want to rag on this. Well, they're a district champ. How do you know the Trinity Catholic's not a district champ?
Oh, they are.
And they're higher ranked. So that's why Bozeman's got to travel. We're just taking it from our point of view.
The crazy thing is, both those teams, I think, are 21-4, and they're 4th and 5th in
Yeah.
that
Wow.
Yeah.
region.
I've seen Bozeman twice. They're pretty good. All right.
They're really good. They're ranked 27th in the entire state.
In the rural classification, these are all on Friday, May 1st. Okay? There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 of them. All right. At Northview Brat is Chipley. Chipley's got to travel to Northview. Northview's number 1. All right. Also on Friday, May 1st, at Holmes County will be playing Jay. All right. And before you turn your nose up at these people, Chipley and Holmes County were both state champs within the last 10 years.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So at their level, they're pretty good. All right. Also on Friday, May 1st, you got Cottondale is playing Sneeds. Cottondale's number 1. I didn't realize they were that good. And then our boys down in Port St. Joe, also on Friday, May 1st, Port St. Joe will be playing Bluntstown. Pretty local flavor there. So I think they're pushed back a week because there's not very many teams in that classification. They don't have to play. I don't know why you just don't play it and get it over with, but that's just me.
I don't either. I don't understand this.
Let's play it and get it over with.
Maybe they want to have the Final Four where all teams are
state.
And the Final Four is in Fort Myers at Hammond Stadium where the Minnesota Twins do spring training. We've been down there many times.
We worked that thing.
Great stadium. That's on Wednesday to Saturday on May 13th through the 16th.
It is hot. It is hot.
James Hale always wins. Is it hot? All right. Now, when you weren't here, when you were in other places, we're not going to tell you where Disney. Don't be looking at my stuff.
Sorry.
Keep your nose under your own paper. That's how you got through college. Julie Hill. All right. We did Florida State's schedule, okay? And it was Jason, myself, and Brian, and we all predicted how they're going to win, how they're going to do.
Okay.
And I didn't tell them who I picked, and we were all within one game.
What was the final record?
I picked them to be 6-6. Jason and Brian picked them to be 5-7.
Dang.
So
you'll listen to the schedule.
All right, you listen to their schedule, and I marked down with Elvis.
Yes, Elvis. Thank you.
All right.
The king.
Thank you very much.
I'm not going to talk about off weeks or dates and all that crap, what day of the week, what the weather is, all that kind of crap that you worry about. New Mexico State.
Win.
Okay. SMU.
Ooh.
There you go.
Where's that game played at?
Home in Tallahassee.
I'm going to say lose.
Okay, you can do that. At Alabama.
Lose.
They better, for DeBoer's sake.
Yeah, they better.
Central Arkansas.
Win.
UVA, Virginia.
Win.
All right, at Louisville.
Dang. Lose.
Okay. At Miami.
Lose.
Clemson at home.
Lose.
You see a trend here? Yeah. At Boston College.
Win.
It's still a tough place
It
to play
is.
for them.
It is.
At Pitt.
Win.
North Carolina State at home.
Win.
You homer. and Florida at home.
Ooh. I'm going Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're also 6-6.
I had him losing to Virginia.
What were you?
He was 6-6. Too.
I was 6-6.
Great minds.
I had him beating New Mexico State, Central Arkansas, Virginia, Boston College, Pitt, and Florida. I just picked Florida because somebody's got to win. So
I think Florida will be really good this year. I mean, maybe not 10-2 good, but 8-4.
Florida's going to be good.
Here's my point. Was the 4 educated minds that just predicted here? Well, all I did it within one game. They're all 6-6. My question, I'm going to give you the same question I gave them. So you go 6-6. Is that enough to save Norvell's job? And
no.
The problem is 3 of your wins came after he lost 3 in a row. So you probably never get a chance to get to those last 3, 3 out of 4 that you won. So I don't
see him keeping him.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't see how you can. I know they don't have the money, but what do? You got to do something.
You got to pull the plug.
Do like
at
the
some
government.
point.
Just take a loan.
What Bobby Biden built there is being just crushed.
What say you, James? How are they going to figure it out? What do you say?
Florida State already is in debt. They are the most indebted football program.
This is true.
And most indebted, athletic program. Period.
Do it the American way. Just keep doing it.
So how many wins are they going to have?
Yeah.
They're going to be. Ceiling is 7. Floor is probably about 4. So I'll give that. And is it enough to save Norvell's job? Not for what the fans of Florida State want. Absolutely not. Is he going to go? I think if he gets 7 and he gets to a bowl game and he wins it, I think he's going to be safe because it's the same bets. But at 6-6, you better get an okay-ish bowl and you better look good in it.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Problem is they lost Gus Malzahn before the season started. They went out and got a quarterback based on his offense. Now Mike Norvell is going to be calling the plays. That didn't work out before.
Why no spring game? Why no go around and talk to the
media?
offensive
coordinator. Go out and hire the best guy. To me, it just feels like dead man walking situation where, hey, we know this is our last year. They probably let him know if you don't win a certain amount of games, we're going to pull the plug.
And we're not being negative towards him. We like
Not
him.
at all.
We
I
want
love
him
Florida
to win.
State. I want to see what Bobby Bowden built, get back to where it was, because 90s, early 2000s, Florida State was the standard. I mean, talent everywhere, NFL draft picks. They were an Alabama-type program, recruiting. Now, you look at their recruiting, they barely get a 4-star. They barely get a top-end quarterback. They tried to build through the portal. When they got DJ Ugalele, I know that's not how you pronounce his name. It really killed the program at that point. I mean, they went 2-10, and then they have not recovered since.
And we've talked about this a lot the last couple of years with the transfer portal became really popular. So let's say you go out and you get DJ, and you can see pretty early on that he's not your answer. It's kind of like the same thing that they did at Auburn with Arnold, and they just continue to play him. So when you go out and you get these guys, is there a contract? Come hell or high water, I'm going to coach. You have to play me X amount of games. I mean, DJ. That's what I thought. It's like they can see he's not the answer.
Something.
Is there some kind of contract where they're obligated?
But you know what contract's more important than that? Yours. I mean, with the Florida State, it's my job. I'm making $9 million a year. I'm going to do what's best for the team and best for my family, and that's going to play the best quarterback. So I don't get these NIL contracts.
They're still going to owe him a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to owe him like $30 to $40 million to go away, and that's going to be the second coach they paid and not coach. I mean, and who do you go get?
And we keep here saying he's gone, but do they have the money to do what?
I don't know.
No, James
might be right. They might have to keep him.
Track because their NIL is obviously not where it needs to be. So what coach is going to go in there and say, "Hey, I know you don't have any money to buy me players, but I'm going to come here anyway."
So I'm going to jokingly say the name Jimbo Fisher.
Maybe.
We've been saying that, and Conrad told me some insight on that, and they don't think it will ever happen.
I thought they should have went and got Franklin. Penn State
I think he was waiting for it.
I do too. That's why he waited on the Virginia Tech job, and he didn't have unlimited funds at Penn State. They built through development and evaluation, and he was getting paid by Penn State, so you could have got him on a budget. And they don't need to go to 2-10 to national championship. They need to get back to win 8, 9, 10 and rebuilding that program and getting talent in there.
Well, which school has the most money to go get players, Virginia Tech or FSU? Heck, Virginia Tech might be even better position.
It's hard to know. I don't know.
With the debt they're in, probably Virginia Tech right now. But the debt's a little confusing, and it's not exactly what you think it is because they did the stadium renovation. It's not like they just wasted money. That will pay for itself over time when ticket prices rise.
And see what they've done to get money. They had the baseball team. What do they call that baseball team? That came
Savannah Bananas.
They came in there. You see what Alabama just did? They had some
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, come in and perform. 105,000 people in there for that. I mean, it's crazy. And some tickets are like $700. I don't know what Bama makes out of that, but it has to be pretty good money, or they wouldn't have done it. Right. They treat that stadium. They don't let anybody in there for anything. For them to do that, I was like, wow, things have changed. But they had to do it to help pay NIL money.
Yeah,
and that's what FSU did to help.
You got to get creative. I know there's certain programs out there now. When you go to the concession stand, they ask you if you want to round up. So if it's $1.65, you can round up for $2, and that 40 cents goes to NIL.
Yeah, no way. Now I don't know. I have talked to you about this. They're trying to get us to go to FSU do our show live over there. I don't think we should do it. If we do it there, we got to do it Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia. Too much traveling. Yeah. Right? Should we do it or not? Let's just don't do it.
I'd do it.
You want to do it? I don't want to.
They might kill us for what we've said about them over the last 2 years. But we might as well face the music and see what's going on up there.
Do you know Florida State, how good they were is incredible.
Yeah, it was.
But the most wins of each conference over one single opponent, do you think it's FSU? Let's take this call. Good morning. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good, good. What's going on today?
I heard you talking about James Franklin and Virginia Tech.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they got a $200+ million basically makeover on the football program when they hired Franklin.
Wow.
Yeah, they upgraded the facilities.
I know that, yes, and they got a $20 million gift after they hired him also for NIL.
Wow. There you go. We were questioning who had the most money. I think that answered the question right there.
When you look at Lane Kiffin and when he was choosing schools, that was a big deal to when LSU presented the package. They're like, we'll give you $40 to $50 million in NIL to use, and that's outside.
And that's
the
where he
revenue
didn't go
share.
to Florida. He
Absolutely.
went to LSU. Everybody had him going to Florida, and we knew. We were like, I don't think this is right.
Wait till the money comes.
Yeah. You don't know. Hey, yeah. Michael, thank you so much for calling. We got a break. You want to hold on? You got to go.
I got to go. I'm going home. Headed to work.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for listening. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Let's talk about some of our other great people, man. J. Michael's Restaurant. You talking about somebody you can trust, somebody loyal, somebody that's good at what they do. It's the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Best seafood, ice cold beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Today's special is black bean quesadilla, but you can get pork chops, steaks, burgers, whatever you want. Seafood's incredible. Ice cold beer, the legendary J. Michael's. We'll be there today around 11:15. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, we already talked to Jason about that. Also, Stevenson Air Conditioning. Steve's Bike Shop. You talking about local? You talking about honest? You talking about hardworking people? He's a swim coach at Mosley. You talking about getting a good deal? They got electrical bikes here that are probably about, I'd say, 40% less than what you're going to pay for, like in Hoover and Mountain Brook and places like that. They got new and used electrical bikes, standard bikes. They got everything you can think of. They are incredible. That is Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street, right across the street from Stamps. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. Kyle can build it, anything, a school, a building. They can build anything you want. But if you want just a roof, yeah, they're the best. They're incredible. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
You can't fool players because if you look at the top teams in the league, look at their star. SGA, scoring champ, star, OKC. Wemby, San Antonio. Denver, Jokic, best player in the world. Minnesota, Ant. Boston, Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Detroit, the great Cade Cunningham. I love Jalen Brunson. He's not that list.
The Herd. Weekdays 2 to 4. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour and temps near 80. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 5 miles per hour and be quite warm at 63. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 78 with a light breeze. Sunshine Thursday with a temp of 79. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
Winning.
The Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Got Jason Kovalevsky, Jim Brandt, Big James behind the glass. And appreciate that. Who was that called? Michael? Is that Michael that called us?
It was Michael that called us.
Good job, Michael. Appreciate the call. Appreciate you listening. Anybody else want to give us a call today? We appreciate it. 215-6290. Jason, did they get this right? Jim, did they get this right? I kind of think they did.
Nick Saban. Bear Bryant.
Close.
Is it from ESPN? No, they did not get it right.
This was actually from whoever this writer was. And I think they do it to just try to stir the pot. But they said the bluest of the blue bloods. And here they are. They didn't give a reason why. They just said this.
I saw this one.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to like this one.
I laughed at that one.
The blue of the blue. Maybe because we do it the right way. Well, Airman Michigan's in there. Alabama, more championships than anybody.
We all know.
Notre Dame. Everybody knows Notre Dame. Oklahoma. 50s, they were good. I mean, I get it. Michigan won more games than anybody else in college football. Doesn't matter who the head coach is. And Texas. But Texas, I know they're a blue blood, but are they the bluest of the blue? They don't have a lot of national championships. They got the name Texas.
Outside of football and basketball, I think Texas has some of the most national championships.
Oh, yeah. Baseball, yeah.
This was baseball
right.
and track.
No, yeah, you're right.
Like
no
that.
question.
But we're talking blue bloods of college football.
Strictly football, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking college football.
I mean, it is because you talk to a lot of people. A lot of people still know the name. A lot of people think they're a big program. Now, are they the bluest of the blue bloods? I mean, they're in the top 15, no doubt. I don't know about 5.
All right, let's go to the next level. This is called.
So that was tier 1.
That was
just
tier
for
1.
the audience that understands what we're talking
This is
about.
called Legacy Blue Bloods. This is level 2. Ohio State, USC, Nebraska. Now, y'all laugh at Nebraska. I know they're terrible now. They're in the Big Ten. They haven't done anything in the Big Ten. But back in the day when they didn't play in that conference, they were good. I mean,
won 3 out of 4.
It's 1971. You go back and watch that team. That's one of the best football teams I've ever seen.
Teams
90s, yeah. The quarterback from Bradenton. Yeah.
Tommy Fraser.
Yeah. And Florida Gators. The Florida Gators made that list. I think you go over the history of college. Don't get mad at me. I'm talking about the history of college football. It'd be hard for me to put Florida as that high. I'm talking the history of college football.
We're talking 90s on. I mean, you can make an
Steve
argument.
Spurrier on,
yes. Urban won a
Happy
couple,
birthday, Coach Spurrier.
But,
just turned
80. We're talking about historic programs that have won since the World War II.
All right, out of these two right here, who would you move in?
Can I throw some sarcasm on you?
Yes, please do.
Okay. If you go by national championships, all right, why not throw Minnesota in there?
Right.
They have 6 of them. They have more than just about any other program, but they're all like the 1930s. But nobody. I'm being sarcastic, of course. But Minnesota's got 6. Why not throw that? I don't know who.
I'm going to say this.
Who makes up these?
This isn't even being a homer, but if you don't have Ohio State as one of the bluest of blue bloods, it's a terrible list. Like Alabama, Ohio State are the bluest of blue bloods in college football.
Period.
We've gone over this stuff now for 10 years, and every
Right.
time something like this comes up, all the experts say that.
AP poll rankings, draft picks, national championships, All-Americans,
Coaching,
Heisman
everything.
trophies.
Here's the other thing too, and I saw this within the last 2 weeks. I already knew it because I'm an Ohio State person, but I'm going to say it again now. Ohio State is the only program that has never had a season where they have more than 7 losses. That's the worst season in Ohio State history.
That's
It's
good.
7 losses.
Yeah.
You hear me? 7. So they didn't have any flukes where they went 2-10 like Florida State did,
Alabama.
or Alabama did, but before Nick Saban came. They never had one of them.
Yeah.
Regardless of who their coach is, like 7 losses is the worst record ever.
All right, let's go
Yeah,
level.
everybody listening?
Let's go level 3. Okay, Tennessee. Okay,
Yeah.
they've been great in the past.
Right.
Penn State, Joe Pearl. Yeah. FSU, Bobby Bowden.
Right.
It's getting a little shady there now.
Clemson.
I don't agree with that.
Played for 4 national championships. Ford won 1.
Right.
And then you had Frank Howard did some great things there, but nothing. Yeah.
Danny Ford.
Yeah. Auburn, they in the 50s won the national championship. LSU. 3 different coaches, 3 different national championships. I think they're about where they need to be in the third layer.
Possibly. I mean, this is kind of a,
they're all top 20 schools.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, let's look at the elite. The elite, and this is level 4, and I think that's wrong. I think you've got to give Georgia a bit more love. Vince Dooley was 25 years, and they were always good. Now, they only won 1 championship in 25 years he was there, or whatever, 20, 25 years.
Right.
That was the big deal. They can't win the big game. Kirby Smart did win the big game. But I think Georgia's right up there with Tennessee. I don't think they should be on a different level than Tennessee, Georgia. You got Georgia, Wisconsin, Barry Alvarez. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just going. Oregon.
No.
Texas A&M.
No.
Boise State.
No.
And Washington.
No.
Okay.
Where's the Miami Hurricanes over all those teams?
They had 5.
They didn't make it.
They had 5 championships in like 10 years.
I mean, they dominated 2 decades.
Minnesota with 6. Miami with 5 did not make it.
I can understand Minnesota. I mean, they won all theirs before 1960, I believe. I mean,
Okay, let me.
I understand. Don't get me wrong.
Don't shoot me.
How's it any different than Michigan?
It's not. It's really not. But
Their last one was 48 because the one in 2000.
And Michigan doesn't have that many national championships.
But I'm not a big fan of Miami, but they're at least on par with Florida State. I mean, those
You
were
would
the 2
think.
teams in the 90s that battled head-to-head for national championships,
every year.
wide right, wide left. I mean, you have to put them at least
I'd
in
put
tier
them ahead
2.
of Tennessee for sure.
I would too.
Are you kidding?
I'd put them up there with
All
Florida.
right,
I mean,
level 2, Florida's there. Florida State's level 3. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Who won? Who has the most national championships? Florida State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Who's
right.
won the most games? Well, they used to be a teacher school. They were terrible for Bobby Bowden.
Right.
They were bad. But they weren't that great at Florida back in the day either.
No.
So you can argue this all day long. But anyway, hey, whatever. You got something? You look like you want to say something.
No.
Hold those thoughts.
Yeah,
How much
I don't
time
know
we
who
got?
made that list.
Oh, we got 2 minutes.
All right. Well, all right, I'll hold off. Let's talk about some of our great people. Turpro Pest Control. I saw Patrick yesterday at J. Michael's restaurant. He walked out. I think he might have already ate. The dang sure didn't pick up my bill. I know that. Patrick does an incredible job. You want that yard to look absolutely like a golf course, he can make that happen. You got bugs in the house, spiders and stuff like that, he can make them go away for good. Turpro Pest Control is number 1, not even close. They also can take the bugs out of your yard. But they 3 services in 1. Turpro Pest Control, that's who you want to go with. They do great. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven, Pat Prano, City Commissioner over there, is incredible. We're talking about great people. There's nobody better than that man. He trains them up right. He hires outstanding people. They treat you like family there. You never get a bad food. You always be treated. They don't have a bad day. They always got a smile on their face. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. And we're already over there. Go see Patrick. Go see Russ. Go see Amber. You talking about honest, hardworking people, wonderful people. They do a great job. David Adams. You want something in the future? Go put it on your wish list up there. Have your husband go in there. Have your boyfriend go in there. Have Jim Brandt go in there.
Both go in there.
Get them all. Yeah.
Get Manley go in there.
Get Glenn Manley to go. Tommy Cinema's always in there. David Adams. They do a great job. We'll be right back. Alabama up there. You've been waiting for it. We're ready to go. And we're going to have some news on Bama that's just going to make these two guys right here really upset. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest.
Let's see.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
I think there is a trade to be had for Joel Embiid because if a team does not get Giannis, Kawhi if he's available, if a team does not get LeBron if he's choosing to leave, Joel Embiid is one of these guys where you may just convince yourself to make a move on. Philly fans would be like, thank you for everything. This whole process needs to end, and this is the way to end it.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour and temps near 80. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 5 miles per hour and be quite warm at 63. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 78 with a light breeze. Sunshine Thursday with a temp of 79. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
We don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
I don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Man, is that not beautiful?
No.
Go ahead, stand up.
Unbelievable. Brings tears to my eyes. Wait for it.
So does y'all's offensive line.
Yay, Alabama. One of the greatest, if not the greatest fight song ever. Unbelievable.
You're an Alabama fan.
Unbelievable. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
Let's have a moment of silence, please.
Please. I'm
He's tearing up. Look at his tail
Nick,
wagging.
Bear. I mean, the things we've had there is incredible. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Most honest, hardworking people out there. If you got a problem, you call them anytime, day or night. They'll be there for you. Now, you want to get it serviced. I'm getting mine done. They got me on the call for, I think, in May. Right before summer, It's going to run better. It's going to last longer, and your power bill is going to go down. Get it done. And then I would advise you get it again right before winter. You'll never go wrong when you go with Stevenson Air Conditioning, the most honest, hard-working people out there. They tell you they're going to be there at a certain time. They're there. They're great people. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. All right, let's get into this. This is the most wins over a single opponent from a conference. The Big Ten. Can you tell me what Big Ten school has dominated another team in that conference?
Ohio State, Northwestern.
Ohio State, Indiana.
You are correct. Ohio State and the defending national champs. This is incredible. In the Big Ten, it is the Ohio State Buckeyes. They have their record against Indiana. 80 wins, 13 losses, 5 ties. 84.2% winning percentage over one opponent.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. That's the most.
Will that make you a blue blood?
Yes, that makes you a blue.
Okay.
That's the best. Sure. That's the best in the Big Ten history of Big Ten play. They're number one out of the Big Ten. ACC. Who is it? Bobby Bowden in Florida State dominated. Miami, since they've been there, hadn't done anything. But now this is over the history of the ACC. Which school is it in the ACC?
I would guess Florida State or Clemson. I don't know over who.
Wake Forest.
What?
Wake Forest.
James, you got anybody?
Like Clemson over Maryland or something when Maryland was still there?
No, this surprised me also. North Carolina over Wake Forest.
Okay.
Over Wake Forest. North Carolina, and this is the history of the ACC. They're number one, North Carolina. They've beaten Wake Forest 73 times. They lost to them 37, and they have 2 ties. 66.1% winning percentage. Big 12, you'll never get it. Big 12, just give me a guess.
Is this because if Nebraska is counted in the Big 12, them beating Kansas or Kansas State?
Now, in the history, Nebraska was the Big 8.
I would say Nebraska over Kansas.
No.
No? That's surprising.
Because it's not the Big 8, it was the Big 12.
Oh, come
the key
on,
word,
man.
Big 12.
Texas
Come
over
on.
somebody.
Who?
Texas over somebody.
I thought the same thing, no.
Oklahoma
They're
over
both
somebody,
in the
man.
same state, and they're really good in basketball.
Kansas State?
Yes, it is. Kansas and Kansas State. Kansas State, in the history of that, they've beaten them 65 times.
Whoa. Back up. Who won 6?
Kansas State has beaten Kansas. Kansas used to be terrible.
Both of them were.
Yeah,
they both were.
Yeah, but this is, I'm telling you,
It's not a game
Kansas
I'd
State
tune into.
65, 53, and 5. They won 54.9% out of the Big 12. Now, let's go with what you've been waiting for, the real conference. Yes, the real conference.
Alabama over Vanderbilt.
Dang. Close. Alabama, you can throw that one in there, but
Mississippi State.
Yes, the number one. Alabama over Mississippi State. It's not as good as Ohio State, Indiana. I'll bow down for that. 81.8% of the time they've beaten them.
Still good.
Brian, Alabama's beaten your Mississippi State team 86 times. They've lost 18. They've tied 3. So the biggest winning opponent, dominating opponent in each conference out of the SEC was Alabama over Mississippi State. Big Ten was Ohio State over Indiana. In the ACC, I thought it'd be Florida State. It wasn't. It was North Carolina over Wake Forest. In the Big 12, not Big 8, Big 12, Kansas State over Kansas. Now, I want to get into something that how we have been mistreated, a team that is the bluest blood of college football, more championships than anybody, the 2 greatest coaches of all time, how the NCAA just took it out on us for no reason whatsoever. We didn't mean to do this stuff with Albert Means. It was an accident. We had a rogue. One guy screwed up, and we didn't even know about it. So we've had Alabama is tied with Notre Dame for the most wins taken away from us. Okay, if we have these wins, we're right up there with Michigan. We're ahead of Ohio State. Okay, we're number 4 the
Ohio
most
State lost
teams.
wins too.
I know. I looked at it. I already added it up and subtracted. Okay, Alabama would be number 2, maybe close to number 1 actually. And I'll be honest with you, if they'd done the right thing with Michigan, they would have been number 1. But Alabama Notre Dame came in at 4th with the most games taken away. They're tied with Notre Dame. 21 wins have been taken away from the mighty Crimson Tide and Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The team, what school has the most college football wins just stripped away from them? Jason, you mention this team in the SEC quite often about cancer and hospitals.
Well, I know already.
Who is it?
Oh, well, it's LSU.
LSU.
You listen to Brian Norman?
37 wins have been taken away coming in at number 1.
Go Tigers.
Now, I just think the NCAA picks on the SEC schools. I really do.
Yeah, there was just no evidence in those court cases.
We didn't mean to.
All right. At number 2, out of the SEC. We got to get that out of there. This is not a good record to be.
Sure, everyone cheats.
Yeah.
SEC.
Never happened.
Well, SMU's got to be up there because of the death penalty they got. That was unprecedented.
Yeah,
so.
they're not SEC.
But they're not vacating wins, so technically.
Well, remember now, they took away wins, but then they shut it down.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
This is different. This is different. They didn't count to shut it down.
Right.
So they're not as high as you'd think. Now, number 2 is out of the SEC. It's Ole Miss. 33 games. I didn't realize that. 33 games, they've just taken them away. And number 4, we just talked about with 21, Alabama, Notre Dame. Number 5, North Carolina, 16. At number 6, USC. I thought it was more than it was 14. All that stuff with Reggie Bush and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
14. At number 7, they're tied with the Ohio State Buckeyes. One's the elite. And with Bobby Bowden there, they were. Florida State and FSU both had 12 games taken away. 12. Alabama, 21. At number 8, Syracuse, 11. SMU and Kentucky, 10. And then you had Arkansas State, Cal, Iowa, 4. And Georgia's had 1. I'm getting to all this to get to what we talked about earlier. They take away wins from certain schools. Penn State, Bobby Bowden. They go back and give Penn State the victories back. They didn't for Bobby Bowden.
Didn't for Jim Tressel
Didn't
either.
for Jim Tressel, Ohio State, for the tattoos. Michigan cheats for how many years?
3.
At least.
At least. Every coach, you said it perfectly this morning. Say what you said this morning.
Here's the joke of this whole thing. I heard this in the last week. Well, this has to do with tampering. Iowa, the University of Iowa, Kirk Ferentz in 2023, they contacted Cade McNamara, who was a quarterback at Michigan, ironically, of all places, hey, transfer to Iowa. So they sent him 12 texts, I guess, and a couple phone messages, whatever. They got caught, okay? They had to not forfeit, they had to have 4 wins vacated that evidently McNamara played for Iowa in 2023, okay? Fair enough, all right? Forget the fact that the guy from Ole Miss is calling players
in class at Clemson.
After he's already signed.
Yeah, after he's already signed.
Doubled his pay.
I know.
Nothing there. Nothing. But the thing that was the biggest joke to me, and I'm an Ohio State person, I understand that. Michigan cheated for 3 years. They had all these coaches fired. All these coaches have show causes.
Arrested.
Arrested. And just a laundry list of every dirty deed that you can done dirt cheap. I mean, they did it.
And they didn't take a wins.
And they have a 75-page report. Here's all the things that you did wrong. We categorize them all, list them all out here. But you know what? If you give us $30 million, you're good to go. And we're not going to vacate any wins. So how can you allow Michigan off the hook for all the crap that they've done, and then you take away 4 wins from Iowa for text messaging?
Well, let's just look at Ohio State.
Like, are you kidding?
Look at Ohio State. What did they do to deserve taking away wins? What
tattoos.
did they do? There was a 30 by 30 on ESPN about this.
Trading
they had
tattoos.
Well, what they were doing, like,
and also
Michigan,
their gold pants.
You get gold pants, so that's a very big thing for Ohio State for memorabilia. Something that every player wants.
Little trinket.
So these guys obviously weren't getting paid by boosters because they were taking their memorabilia and they were trading them for tattoos and weed. Let's be honest, that was part of the reason the investigation got started because they were investigating the tattoo parlor for selling weed. So some of the players obviously smoked pot. Oh my God! But that was the kind of basis of the situation. So.
So you can cheat to win games, and you keep your wins. But if you
The
get a
crazy
tattoo,
thing was that
you lose your
Tressel had a 5-year show cause where he couldn't even coach in the
I know.
NFL. I mean, all this stuff happened. Like his assistant coaches.
And I'm not saying Ohio State didn't deserve some
absolutely
form of
not,
penalty.
but-
They should have got something. But 12 wins vacated and never given back, and then Michigan. I'm not going to go through it again. All that crap at Michigan. No, you guys are good.
And let's
Go
look
ahead.
at Alabama. What they did.
What?
The defensive back, and then we go even to Albert Means. And we were talking pocket change. We're talking a little bit of money.
Like $100,000.
No.
How much was it?
I don't want to talk about the
What about
figure.
Julio Jones?
Let's just say it's
We didn't mean it.
It was pocket change.
What about
It was
Julio Jones?
300,000.
What about the Tua family that moved
from Hawaii?
Whoa. You cannot penalize a family that wants to improve themselves. They interview for a job. You're going to penalize somebody to interview for a job. He gets it over the other ones, and he moves his. What's wrong? That's the American way. You look to improve your family.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
That was Coach O speaking right there. We used to come in the front door. Now they have to come in the back door.
What was the other one? I heard some other y'all throwing shade on it. Man, what was the other one? You had a family.
Well, how about this former Alabama player impersonating people so he can get $20 million loans? How about that?
He was trying to become an actor, and he was working the trade to try to improve himself.
You can't make this stuff up.
Listen.
When I saw that, I said, surely that can't be true.
All right.
You come to Alabama, we're going to prepare you for your future, okay?
Hey, and son, if your athletic career goes south, you can always be an
And what did you say
impersonator.
about Julio Jones? Let me tell you something. Nothing illegal is done there.
Okay.
We like fried chicken.
Right.
So what? We went to the
$10,000
restaurant.
worth a week.
And we can't count. If we give money and then we don't get the right change back.
It's like Cam Newton. It went through the church. It went
Thank
to
you.
the church.
Yes. Auburn
I was
very
surprised
religious.
they weren't on the vacated wins list.
Auburn, no.
Yeah.
No.
That just shows you they're
Well,
good
it
at covering
just
it up.
shows you what the NCAA is so inconsistent.
That's
It's
what people
a
have a
joke.
problem with. I mean, there's no consistency. Like with the Michigan stuff. I mean, hey, you did all this stuff. You cheated college football for 3 years, but we're going to let you keep the national championship, and we don't want to.
So why do you blame Ole Miss coach if he sees what Michigan's done?
Oh, I
nothing-
agree.
Why?
I don't blame any of
You're
them.
100% right. I agree. It's 1,000%.
Coaches are going to go up to the line until they're told to stop, and if you're not going to tell them to stop, they're going to go across it.
Yeah. How much time we got?
You got about a minute and a half.
Oh, I tell you, I got time to talk about my favorite people. I tell you, I got all these guys. I talk.
You don't have
about
to say
my
anything
favorite.
about me. That's okay.
They're incredible. I love them all. Seriously, they're wonderful people. Jason and I have been together for 10 years with Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We used to do shows over there live from his Pier Park store. We had a great time doing that way back in the day. And most honest, great people. You can try it before you buy it. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. And then Stevenson Air Conditioning with the Alabama Update. I want to thank Jason. He graduated from Mosley High School. He started this business. It started small, family-owned. It's exploded. You know why? They do what they say. They don't try to take every penny in their pocket. They're great people. That's the bottom. They're just great people. Everybody who works there is good people. I like Debbie. All of them are outstanding. You got any problem day or night, you go Stevenson Air Conditioning. Also, I want to give a shout out again to Pepper's Mexican Grill on beautiful Panama City Beach Parkway. All you people on Panama City Beach, you don't have to drive into town anymore. Of course, you're over in town, get on 77, go there. You know how good it is. Pepper's Mexican Grill. Get out there on Panama City Beach Parkway before you go to anything with Arnold High School. Have a great meal. Afterwards, come by, have you a drink or have a meal late. Great place to have birthday parties, all military. Buy one, get one free. Military on Mondays, 10% off. Buy a house margarita, the next one's free. Draft beer, the next one's free. Jason, we got to go there. I'll get the second one, you get the first.
Right.
We'll be right back. Big James, Auburn Tigers. What's going on down there in Auburn? They have never broken any rules. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the sports talk and live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour and temps near 80. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 5 miles per hour and be quite warm at 63. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 78 with a light breeze. Sunshine Thursday with a temp of 79. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief, from medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels Studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending.
Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, this is a beautiful fight song. Whoa! Eagle! Hey! Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. All the singers, get out there and have a great time. War damn Eagle. They built it, they will come. They built that basketball arena, and they pack it out, and they've won. They built the baseball stadium. They built it out. Beautiful. If you haven't been there, go. Their first down baseline, behind the play, everything's beautiful there. And they're doing really well in baseball right now. Football, they're getting ready to spend some big-time money on football. They're going to add 3,000 seats, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'm going to get into the details of that tomorrow. So they feel like they've got the right guy at the right time to bring the Auburn football program back. The 20s have been hell for the Auburn football department. The last winning season was back in 2020. What did they do for that coach that had a winning season? First one since 2020. They fired him. Gus Malzahn, they fired him. They made a mistake. I think they would tell you that. What did they do? They let the athletic director that they brought in from, I think it's from Notre Dame, they brought him in, and they told him what they wanted, but he went out and brought his own guy, and then they told him, it better work for you. It did not work, and he's no longer the AD at Auburn. He didn't listen to the good old boys. What did they do? They went and got Harsin out west. I think it was in Boise State, if I remember correctly. Never fit. Had a hard time recruiting. Where's the Alabama coach from? Anyway, they had a hard time recruiting. It didn't work out. They fired him middle of the season, the second year, I think, whatever it was.
They fired him before he stepped on campus.
Yeah,
they
really
sabotaged him.
Just waiting for a reason to get rid of him.
I think Yellowwood was on board with that hire. And
athletic directors, if you're coaching one of these SEC schools and the big money people tell you who they want and you don't listen, you go get who you want, and they're not even from the South, good luck.
LSU, Auburn.
Yeah, you're not going to last very long, believe me. Anyway, their next choice, we all know, Hugh Freeze. We thought, hey, you know what? He'll do whatever it takes. He's used to doing things to get players there.
We
what
thought
he did
he
at
would
Ole
develop
Miss.
quarterbacks and have an exciting
He did it at Ole Miss, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did at Ole Miss. He got players in there every way he had to, and now it's legal. But what did he do? He came in there, and I will say this. He had that health issue.
Right.
He found out he had cancer.
And the golf issue.
Yeah, well, you think about it. If you got cancer and you love golf, you love your family, maybe football wasn't as important to him as that time. I know one thing. If I knew I had cancer, it would make me think differently.
They recruited really well. It was the quarterback spot that they couldn't get right.
Quarterback's a
not
position.
only just the quarterback, it was play calling.
Yeah,
you had you had one of the best running backs in the country that never touched the football. Short yard play. They could
don't forget the 2-9 defense against Alabama, or maybe it was 110.
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying. It was coaching
that
screwed those 10. They should have won a lot more games than they did with him.
Yeah, they should have.
So what they do? They fire Hugh Freeze. Now, have they knocked a home run? I kind of think so. I like this guy. I love his style of offense. It's going to be, hey, win or lose, he's going to have an exciting offense. I guarantee you that. You're going to get some big plays, but the way he spreads you out, and I've talked about it several times, you Auburn people are going to like what he does on offense. Defensively, he was smart. He kept the defense coordinator, which wanted the head job. He kept him anyway. We'll see how that works. That we kept him. If he's there 2 years from now, we know it worked. It was a really good pick. But they've always been good on defense. Even the years they were losing, they were good on defense. Auburn's always been known about striking. They'll get after you. But Golish, he's kind of I don't know if I should use the word arrogant. I don't know. What
confident.
Confident. That's the word I'm looking. Yeah, he's confident, knows what he's doing. Now, again, you go back to Harsin. He was arrogant. He was defiant. Didn't do what they wanted. He's gone. Hugh Freeze, the golf, the health, he's gone. Now, what Alex Goldish did, he brought the best players he had from South Florida. Indiana's head coach brought James Madison's best players into the Big Ten, and he won. That still blows my mind. So you're seeing this across the board. Virginia Tech brought some Penn State players. We got Penn State coach brought players with him. So we're seeing it across the board. Their quarterback is, I think, going to be outstanding. Now, they were talking this. They were saying, hey, they got a problem at quarterback. He's not as good as they think. It's some national writer. Let me tell you something. He was 7 of 14, only 85 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So they wrote this kind of a negative article about him. 3 teams that the value has gone down since spring football, post-spring football. It was Tennessee because of quarterback play. It was Auburn, and it was the third one. I can't remember who the third one is right now. I'll tell you in a minute. No, it was Colorado. Third one was Colorado. That's your top 3 most disappointing programs from this guy. Well, let me inform all you Auburn Tigers out there. Cam Newton, his first spring game, only spring game at Auburn. Brown was 7 of 4 for 85 yards. Cam Newton was 3 of 8 for 63 yards. No touchdowns, but he didn't throw any interceptions. What did he do from spring football to the next year? He wins the SEC. He wins the national championship. He wins the Heisman. Don't worry about spring football. Don't worry about that crap, spring football game. I think the quarterback's good. He got the backup also there. They got running backs. I think Auburn and Florida are the surprise teams. I think they're going to be
brought
good.
their wide receivers with him, too, that he's very comfortable with. Yeah. That's why I'm not worried about Auburn.
All right, Mr. Auburn.
We have years of South Florida evidence that he's a good quarterback. So.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
This isn't coming from me. This is what I see online.
Okay.
Gus is back on campus. What's Gus's role going to be? Is he just visiting old friends, or what is he doing?
All right, Scott Casey. You remember Scott?
I know Scott Casey.
Lives in the backyard. He goes in the backyard. He look in Gus's backyard, and they were people that loved it. It was an expensive house. It has to be recruiting and everything, and people would come by and would look in the back, look through the house and stuff, go around the property and go, hey, what y'all doing? He said, wow, we really like this house. Is it for sale? No, it seems like nobody's. He goes, no, I don't think it's Ghost Malzahn's house. I don't think he's going to sell it. And he didn't. When he got through coaching, he moved back to Auburn. If you ever lived in Auburn, Alabama, you would know that's one of the greatest places you can live in the country. That's beautiful there.
Yeah,
and they're good people, man. And the crime's not bad. That's a great place to live in Auburn, Alabama. He loved it there. He kept his house. He's back living there.
So he's not going to
do anything.
He's not going to be an analyst or anything like that.
No. He's going to be in the college playoff committee.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That's what he's going to be doing
that's
there.
Right. I forgot about
that's his focus there. Yeah. But getting back to Auburn going forward, nobody outside Auburn really thinks Auburn's going to do anything this year. So there's not a lot of pressure on him this year from the outside. Now, for Auburn people, there's always going to be pressure. So he's got an exciting offense. He's brought all these new players in here. His defensive coordinator kept, like I pointed out. I think they're going to, the best season they've had in Auburn was back in 2019. So it's been a long time. They haven't been this bad until back in the 1940s. I always tell you, all the time I was growing up, Auburn's never been like this, all these losing seasons. I think it's getting ready to turn around big time. I'd mentioned Auburn. I wanted to get this in today. I'd mentioned Auburn baseball. Let's look where Auburn's ranked right now in the country. They built it. I like the coach. I like the players. They got a chance to be pretty good. The number one team, Division I baseball poll. Anyway, I know there's 3 other ones, but Auburn right now is ranked 11th as we speak in the nation. That's pretty good. Number 1, UCLA. Number 2, Big Ten. God, they dominate everything. Number 2, North Carolina. Number 3, Georgia Tech, all ACC. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, Georgia. Number 6, Oregon State. Number 7, Texas A&M. Number 8, FSU. Number 9, Coastal Carolina. Number 10, Virginia. Number 11, the Auburn Tigers. Number 12, West Virginia. Number 13, Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 14, Oklahoma. Number 15, Mississippi State. And number 16, Kansas. And number 17th, Ole Miss. And I don't know what's happened. Again, we disrespected. I think we lost. So what? We lost a couple games. Southern Mississippi, Harvard, the South, has dropped to 18th in this particular
I thought
poll.
they were top 10 for a while.
They are and should be. They still should be. Number 19th, Oregon. Number 20, Nebraska. Number 21, Florida Gators. 22, Boston College. Number 23, USC. Number 24, Arkansas. And number 25, I think it's Arizona State. That's your top 25 of D1 baseball. So, are you guys going to win it in baseball also? That would be
UCLA's
sweet.
got a shot.
You'd have a sweep. You'd sweep us.
They're about the only team that has a legitimate shot, in my opinion,
Right.
of winning the national title. So,
yeah. I want to thank if you're over in Lynn Haven, you want a great meal. This city commissioner over there, he opens up Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. They do such a wonderful job. There's TVs everywhere. You walk in, it's like they know your name. They treat you like family. Customer service second to none. They never have a bad day. If you want to have a big party at home, call Pat up and say, look, I want X number of wings. I want this. I want that. This is going to be waiting for you when the time you tell them you want to pick it up. You take it home. Better yet, eat there. If you're Mosley Dolphins fans, we all know they go eat there before football games, basketball, baseball games. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Pat Perno, City Commissioner, Lynn Haven. Can't say enough good things about him. All right, we'll have time to do one more.
We got time.
We got time. The legendary Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Jason Kovaleski, where are you located?
we're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. I'm there 2 to 7 every day, especially this week. You can come see me. We got the InBody 570 free sample bar, and we have certified sports nutritionists on staff that kind of lead you in the right direction with a diet and a meal plan. And we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
You're already over in Lynn Haven. Go out and see Russ, Amber, and Patrick. Get yourself some jewelry. Matter of fact, go sell some jewelry you have, the old jewelry you have, gold, silver. You're going to be surprised how much it's worth. David Adams, go check it out. You'll be glad you did. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. If you're listening right now, his office is near you. Listen to him this Wednesday, 7:30, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You want to give us a call today, 215-6290. Go ahead and do it. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
It is Mania season. I know. You know, 'tis the season. I want to see you. I see Webb, wrestling guy. Are you a wrestling guy, Chris Webber?
I am, but I'm like more old school. You know, Macho Man, Elizabeth.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Chris Webber, yeah. There was a guy who was at the draft in Cleveland years ago, dressed up like him and talking like him to the point where we thought he was still alive, and it really was him on the stage. Well, see Webb, yeah.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
360-degree protection of your home, 365 days a year, one low monthly price.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control offers an affordable program that provides our customers with peace of mind. Brock 365.
We like bundling pest control with termite protection for a low monthly payment. We couldn't be happier with the results. Most treatments are done outside, and we haven't had any issues in over 3 years.
Call us today for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, "Take us to your leader," you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jim Brandt, Jason Kovaleski, Big James with us today. Appreciate you listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. Drive safely. Be kind to one another. Be sweet. I got some notes here that says, this is my make sure I say note. Well, one of them's James, get a haircut day, 9-10. I don't need to say that one. Michigan spring game. You got a $12 million quarterback, or $10 million, whatever the number was. And you get a quarterback with that paid that kind of money. This article says he's making $14 million. Of course, this is from Buckeyes people. They say Michigan spring game, the score was 7-6 win with a $14 million quarterback. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that cut. Good job, Buckeyes. All right. This is the latest playoff predictions for 2026. All 12 teams. I like some of the things he said. What got my attention that he went into detail why he picked these teams. I'm not going to read all of them. I'll go with the names and we'll discuss them. Coming at number 12, I don't know how some of this could work out, to be honest with you. Coming in at number 12, UNLV. First-year head coach under Dan Mullins. They went 10-4. Very strong season. Really good job. He brought in Jackson Arnold from Auburn, the five-star that was at Oklahoma, went to Auburn, couldn't play there, now he's going out there. They think this could be the Cinderella team this year. UNLV at number 12. All right.
Negatory ghostwriter.
He was so good at Auburn, he's going to lead UNLV to playoffs.
So I hear some doubt.
With Cam Coleman.
A little bit of doubt there.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Just a little bit. Somebody's got a big old head in here. This headset.
Hey, I haven't touched that headset.
You sure? Okay. All right. At number 11, I took it off. I'm not going to wear it. Number 11, Houston, 10-3 a year ago. Houston, 10-3 a year ago. They play in a pretty weak conference, in my opinion. The big game for them, they said, will be September 19th at Texas Tech. The Big 12 opening game. If they can win that one, maybe they get in.
No.
No?
I mean,
James, no?
Somebody's got to be 11
from
and
the
12.
12's got to get in, right?
Somebody's got to be 11 and 12.
Yeah, somebody from the 12's got to get in.
Yeah,
Right?
Texas Tech will. That's why they spent $40 million on their roster.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be Texas.
Yeah, Houston ain't winning that game.
No.
Yeah, I don't see the 12 getting 2 in. It's only going to be whoever wins the 12.
Yeah.
All right, now this one.
Or BYU. I mean, we can't forget about BYU.
Yeah,
They were
BYU's
close last
supposed
year.
to be good.
All right, we're only at 11. Let's keep going. At number 10, the Ohio State Buckeyes should be, this is what he said, should be a lead again in 2026. Very good offensive line, receivers, skilled players. The schedule is the problem. You brought this up a minute. The schedule's the problem. At Texas, at Iowa, USC, Oregon, Michigan. They say Ohio State's going to be very, very good, but the schedule's going to get them. They will have 2 losses, and they come in. That's the reason they're at number 10. They're not saying they won't win at all. They're saying going in, they'll be number 10. What do you guys think about what he has said?
Everything they're not going to be number 10. Here's my thing about, I've heard this ad nauseum about SEC teams. Yeah, but their schedule is impossible. No, it's not impossible. Is it difficult? Yeah, it is. Ohio State's got 7 teams that won 9 games or more last year. 9 that won 7. So they play in 12. 7 or 9 of their 12 games, the other teams are playing have won at least 7 games. Now, here's my question, which nobody will ever have. And all those road games, are they going to be the favorite or are they going to be underdog? I got to say they'd be the favorite, and just everyone. Yeah, are they going to lose the game? Yeah, probably. Are they going to lose 2?
Possibly.
Maybe. But number 10 is too low.
If the committee goes strength of schedule, they won't be at number 10. But you can't trust the committee.
Yeah, that's
I don't have
for
a problem with it. I'd rather play that first week than have the bye, because the teams that have the bye are 1-14 or 1-12, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yeah.
So
One
I don't
win
care
in 2
if
years.
it's 5, 8, 10. I'd rather have a home game, so I'd rather be in that 5 to 8 range. But
right, that's true.
You know, they got the toughest schedule in the country this year. I mean, that Texas game is going to really
Oregon,
depend who's that bottom end
Indiana,
ranker or who's going to be in the top 4. But
Right.
I have a lot of confidence.
They don't
in
have
what they
Penn
do.
State this year.
No.
Surprise me.
No, they don't.
So you kind of agree with what he said? They're going to lose 2 games?
I don't agree with that, but that's definitely a possibility.
It's definitely
I can't
possible.
argue with it at this point in the season without seeing the finished product on the field and how they play at Texas.
All right, at number 9, don't shoot me. This is not me. Number 9, Michigan. Quarterback's back. Underwood should be a lot better. They got good running backs. They got a new head football coach, a proven winner. It's Michigan. They got 3 offensive linemen back. Michigan will be the 9th ranked team going into the playoffs.
I say no. Their coaching is going to be a monumental improvement over Sharon Moore. I didn't think much of him at all, but I don't see them making.
You didn't like the strategy of texting OnlyFans models during halftime of the Ohio State game?
Yeah.
Michigan's going to be decent, but I think they're a year away.
Have you looked at their schedule?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's still tough. I mean, all the Big Ten teams this year are playing each other, so it's pretty tough. I thought they got the easiest schedule of the top teams, but you know, Underwood, if you looked at him in the spring game, and I don't put a lot of stock in the spring game, his mechanics were still bad. Their wide receiver core still unproven a little bit. They got Marsh as a top-end guy. But the offensive line just didn't look great to me. I don't think it's a traditional Michigan defense in the back
year
7.
one.
And it's year 1. I think they're going to struggle a little bit early in the year. That's a team you don't want to face later in the year, though, because I think Winneham's a great coach, and I think they're going to be physical. They got the number 1 running back in the country coming in. He's a stud. I mean, they got Marshall coming back. So the running game's going to be really good, but I think they're still a year away. With the pieces you need to be a top 12
Hey,
team.
is Michigan going to get in or not? Are these two guys just blasting them because it's Michigan, they're Ohio State?
I don't think I don't think it's their time yet. I think they're still into a rebuild because just the program has just been so shook. You know, it's not even just, oh, we lost our coach. It's like,
Did you
no,
see
you
the
have
judge talking
problems up to down?
Did you see the judge talking to Moore?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Talk about that.
Well, I mean, he just kind of dressed him down and talked about how it was a terrible situation and that the mistress or whatever.
They didn't do much to him.
No, they did. He got off pretty easily for
18
what
months
happened.
of probation or something like that.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the police held some, evidence in the search warrant, so that kind of put some damper on the, investigation itself. So I didn't understand what they were doing there. That's just stupid. But at the end of the day, is he a threat? Is he going to hurt somebody else? I doubt it. I think it was just an emotional reaction. Let's let this guy get on with his life, and hopefully he changes a little bit. And feel bad for his wife and his kids, to be honest. That's the people I feel bad for.
You make the wrong choices. You think you get emotional and do the wrong things. Look what it's cost that man. He was the head football coach at Michigan. Was that girl worth it?
It wasn't even the girl, though. I mean, he was texting OnlyFans models. He
did something with Jamie. I mean, I'm like, what the hell?
He texted you, didn't he?
Yeah, but I told him I wasn't interested. I gave him Phil Cobb's number. I think he
I'm more Kirby Smart guy.
Parties.
All right, coming in at number 8. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this one. And I'll be honest, I hope they don't get in. I'm just not a fan of that school. Nothing against them, but I just don't care about watching them in the playoffs. Number 8, BYU.
They're not getting in.
They're not.
It's Texas Tech or bust.
So help
12.
me out. So far you've got BYU.
Yeah,
Houston,
a lot of Cinderellas.
UNLV.
And UNLV.
It's never happening.
And what are we doing?
Come on.
Yeah. All right, let's go to number 7. Now, I'm going to disagree with you guys. And I always said year 1's the hardest. But I've watched what he's done since he's been coaching. He just relates well with players. And he gets them to play, man. I do think LSU's going to – they got LSU – I don't know if it'll be 7th, but I got a feeling LSU – I think they're going to beat Alabama. I think they're going to get in. Lane Kiffin in year one spent 40, and this is what they say, is the roster, $40 million on the roster. A lot of talent on this roster. LSU at number 7.
If you go strictly by talent, I have no problem with it. But it's year one. You're bringing like 50 guys in, entire starting offensive line. How's that going to gel? You don't have a lot of off weeks in the SEC. You say what they want, whether Big Ten, SEC's best. All those conferences are super deep every week. You're facing good players, NFL caliber players.
How can we say the SEC's best when we've lost 3 national championships in a row?
You can.
Have we even played the national championship in 3 years?
No.
So how can we even say that? I'm not going to say that anymore.
No, I'm just saying they're deep. It's not a conference like Big 12 or ACC where you got these off weeks where you can just place the second string and win by 30. I mean, every week you're playing NFL caliber players. So it just depends on how they gel. I think their offense is going to be tremendous. To me, I'm looking at that defensive side of the ball because that's really been their bugaboo over the last 2-3 years. Last year was a little bit better. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a little bit different, but. I think their offense is going to be tremendous, but they got to do a little bit on defense. And the offensive line, how's that gel in year one when you got 5 new starters?
Going back to the SEC, if we dominate the NFL draft, we can now start some ammunition throwing back in your guys' face. And it will happen. It will happen. We will rebound.
Number 1 pick, Mendoza, top 3 Buckeyes in the top 5.
Breaking up. I can't hear you. All right. Let me say about the LSU. You had 3 out of the last 4 head coaches win national championship. Les Miles, come on. Nick Saban, the GOAT. Lane Kiffin's good. I think they can. I think they can make the playoffs. I'm gonna go out on a limb. They're gonna make the playoffs in year one.
Yeah, they could. I mean, he's got a lot more going for him than Brian Kelly had. I mean,
yeah. I will say this: I'll take him over UNLV.
BYU. Come on, Houston.
If those are the 3 of the 4 teams,
does LSU get in, James? Does LSU get in? Lane Kiffin's first year. They say at number 7. I don't care what number. I think they get in.
I think they're more of a bumper team. I think they have a great chance, just because most of your SEC teams do have a chance. If they're going to look at strength of schedule, the SEC's going to have strength of schedule just because you play the SEC. So, the chances are
I like his response. That's good.
But is it – I also do agree with what everybody else is saying. First year, that and a whole bunch of people coming in, that takes some gelling, that takes some molding.
If anybody can get him to jail, it's him.
Lane works great with those kids.
They like him.
At that age, they are still kids. If you watch him, too, during the game – like when the teams are celebrating, he will point to the guys on the field to run down to the student section where those recruits are sitting. That's genius.
Yeah.
That's marketing. That is selling yourself.
That offensive staff is phenomenal. Look what they did, because their offensive staff was what coached Ole Miss in the playoffs and had Trinidad Chambliss and those guys. So they're at LSU. They were just renting them out for the playoffs. So that offense, to me, is going to be super explosive. It's really going to be how that defense comes along.
They liked him so much at Ole Miss that the quarterback didn't come.
Right. Lacey didn't go.
Yeah, he didn't come. But
they did get Prince.
But you got to hear what the kids were hearing when he left. You know those coaches on that staff. Look, man, he didn't care about you. He cared about you. He would stay, went through. Yeah, come on.
Right.
Yeah, that got ugly. That divorce is not very good.
And he didn't help himself any.
No. Turpo Pest Control. I can help myself. I can have my yard look like a golf course. It does. Thank you, Patrick. He's incredible. Patrick Garner does such a wonderful job. You talk about local. His beautiful kids go to Mosley High School. His daughter's an incredible cheerleader. His son on the Bass team. Unbelievable.
Another good man.
Great man. No doubt about that. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You got bugs in the house, they'll be gone for good. You got them in the yard, they'll be gone for good. He can do 3 things. The guy's very talented. TK Vandy Roofing, general contract. Kyle can build a school. He can build a restaurant. He can do anything you want. He's got government contracts, school board contracts. The guy's incredible. TK Vandy, listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Of course, we all know the legendary family. His mom and dads are legends here in Bay County. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I don't think Joker wins another MVP. And it's not because he's not deserving. He's just not going to win it. And Wemby is on the way. We're lucky to be treated to young players. Now, Joker's not young, but he's still doing things that nobody's ever done. We need a new story here.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Tuesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour and temps near 80. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 5 miles per hour and be quite warm at 63. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 78 with a light breeze. Sunshine Thursday with a temp of 79. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The legendary Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, home for the most popular drink specials in town and now on the beach. Enjoy 2-for-1 house margaritas and draft beer all day, every day. 10% off on Military Mondays, and Tuesdays kids eat free with an adult. Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, now with 2 locations. Back Beach next to Home Depot and Highway 77.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
On the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening today. Keep it here all day long. Have a wonderful day. Jason Kovaleski, Jim Brandt with us. Always have a good time with these two. And, of course, James behind the glass. Give us a call if you'd like. 215-6290. Right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. J. Michael Studios. Also, I want to brag on another local business. Locals taking care of locals. You want to get a bike that's going to last. You buy one. You make a mistake and go to some department store and buy them. You get home, the tires are flat. They never get pumped up, never stay pumped up. That's what you get. Don't go cheap. Do the best. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. But Steve's Bike Shop, if you want a
Steve's
bike.
Bike Shop.
Yeah, Steve's Bike
Steve
Shop.
somebody.
He's on 23rd Street across from Sam's. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. He got new and used. And the standard bikes, they got it all. They do a great job. They've been in business since 1979.
And that's not by accident.
Yeah.
You run a good business, and you're a good man if you run and been in business that long.
Absolutely. People like, and people love him.
Yeah.
He was a swim coach at Mosley, does a great job there. I got to get him back in the studio. All right, let's get back with the way too early top 12 college football teams. At number 6, and they get more love probably than just about anybody besides Notre Dame. The quarterback's back. They got a good coach. They're very good players. They got great skilled players. We're talking about number 6, Oregon Ducks. Is Oregon going to be in the playoffs?
Absolutely.
I would say them over Michigan.
They've been in every playoff since they've gone to 12 teams, and they got the quarterback back. They have talent. I mean, they're loaded. They've just laid an egg when they've gotten to the playoffs and gotten beat down in their last 2 playoff games against the teams that won the national championship, by the way. Big Nate.
We got Big Nate on the line.
Number 5, Notre Dame. Nate, what's up, Big Daddy?
Hey, what's up, Coach? How you guys doing this morning?
Couldn't be better. Glad to hear that voice.
You know what, guys? I had a very interesting question. With the NFL draft's coming up on Thursday, and I'm very excited. I always get excited around draft time because I love to see young product on the field finally that people may not have ever seen before. That being the case, you guys, I would say, probably all went to college. If you didn't, you have a favorite team that you guys support, obviously. Mm-hmm. Who from those teams that you guys support the most, either in the state of Florida or your alma mater, are going to make the biggest impact in the draft? Are there any first-rounders? Are they second- and third-rounders? Or is somebody going to fall a little bit later, but you still think they're going to have value?
Alabama, I would say the quarterback, Ty Simpson, would be the one that stands out for me. Jason, who you got?
I think Caleb Downs is one of the most important players because of the culture.
He's one of ours also.
Because the culture he brings. He's super talented. He's one of the best safeties. He can play in the box, play linebacker, play nickel corner. I mean, but his mentality is just different than everybody. I mean, he brings a culture that he's gonna make every player on that roster better. And to me, that's one of the most valuable things you could have as a player. And when you're picking in that top 10, whether you need a safety or not, to me. And Oliver Reese probably going to go higher. Sonny Styles may go higher. Carnell Tate may go higher. But to me, he's the best player and was the best player in that program for the last 2 years at Ohio State.
That kid came into Alabama when Nick Saban was there, and they were loaded. He walked on the field and started as a true freshman game one.
Yeah.
And everybody talks about it like this is a different cat.
Yeah, if you look at Caleb Downs' background, his father's his grandfather's a military guy. His dad was a player and a coach in college. He's been shown the right things his entire life.
His brother plays in the NFL.
Yeah, and his brother's in the NFL. Yeah. I'm like you, Jason. He's a different person.
Yeah.
And I've watched Ohio State my whole life. They've never had anybody like him.
No.
I mean, he's just
So,
different.
He's kind of like that character from the Draft, that movie with Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah,
that was a good movie.
Yeah. Terry Crews is the player, but now his son's going to be playing in Cleveland. So
right.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I do too.
Do you guys? I mean, the one last question I have for y'all: do you think that Love, that he's touted as probably the best product coming out of the draft? Do you feel that the Jets could double up on their running back room and grab him at 3?
I think they need.
I mean, with their quarterback problems that they've got this year, obviously with Geno Smith, you don't know what you're going to get on the field. Having 2 running backs and going with that 2 running back prong with Holmes and now this rookie, that might be the best way to be productive and just control the game.
It might win them a few more games in the short term, but they need so much. I would trade back, to be honest, and accumulate some more picks. I mean, they need offensive line. They need defensive line. I mean, wide receiver, I think they have a really good one to Garrett Wilson, but they could add there too. I just think they need so much to focus on, the running back position. When they have a solid running back, when they have so many areas that they're very weak at, I personally would look to trade that pick and maybe pick up a couple more because they need so much. But
that's the problem with the draft, though, because there's so much limitation on the actual talent that's out there. Who wants to move up to the 3rd spot if you don't need to?
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, I agree with that. This isn't the best draft for high-end talent.
I think everybody's waiting for next year to shoot a drop there. I'm really interested to see if Archie Manning can live up to I mean, he's been getting so much hype since high school.
Right.
I think that they need to just leave the kid alone and let him play. And if he ends up being a good player in the NFL, that's awesome. But don't set any high expectations for him yet. I mean, he really hasn't proven anything.
No, and he struggled at the beginning of the year last year. Now, he came on, so if he can continue that and, they win that Ohio State game, he gets some confidence, then, he could be that number 1 guy. And I think a lot of teams, especially after Mendoza, are kind of waiting for next year because there's not really a solid number 2 quarterback in this draft that's like a surefire starter. Right. So I think that's why this is viewed as a weak draft. I do think there's some good defensive players. I think there's some good offensive linemen, but I consider this kind of a weak draft. I think guys are going to kind of move a little bit more, accumulate more picks, and see if they can't stockpile some talent. But if they're looking for a quarterback, I think they're going to punt it and wait for next year.
Well, they said that the offensive line might take up like 6 or 7 spots in the first round.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Some big guys, too. Miami's, I know, Georgia,
Freeland.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be the spot that most teams are going to focus on here in the first round.
Well, Coach, you guys are always awesome, and I thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing what happens. Go Tide.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, Colin. Take care of yourself, buddy. Have a great day. All right, let's get rolling and see if we can get this in real quick. He always has good. I like when he calls in. All right. Number 5, Notre Dame. They got one game. They own the world, man. They got one game.
Yep.
They beat Miami. They go undefeated, in my opinion. Yeah, they're in. At number 4, Georgia. Very dangerous team. Quarterback is back. 4 offensive linemen, 4 offensive linemen are back. Running backs are back. Frazier's really good. They got 2 good running backs are back. They won the SEC with a very young football team. I'm telling you now, if they stay healthy, look out. My early way too early prediction, national championship game. Georgia will play Ohio State. At number, y'all both agree Notre Dame, Georgia's in?
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Indiana. New quarterback. They have TCU quarterback coming in there, Hoover. Defense will be great, I think. Everybody got Indiana back?
But I don't think they're 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 3 is a little high.
Little high.
Okay. Number 2, we talked about Manning is back. Heisman Trophy front runner. They went out, got the best running back out there at NC State. One of the best wide receivers, Coleman from Auburn. They're loaded. They've got to win. That game against Ohio State is huge. He wins that one. I think he's got to win the SEC. He's got to go deep in the playoffs. They're going to fire him.
He needs to beat Ohio State and Georgia. 2 things he can't do, haven't done. So that would be the.
You got Texas in there?
Yeah.
Texas is in, though.
Yeah. Number one team, and you talked to him. We only got about a minute. Miami. They got a new quarterback. Got him from Duke. They got great players across the board. They played for the championship last year. Miami's back. They got him number 1. What say you, Jason?
Some of the best offensive defensive lines in the country. They added the quarterback, very experienced. I mean, he may be a first-year starter at Miami, but he's played and had success at Duke. The receiver came from Duke that he's very familiar with, top-end talent. They got one of the best receivers coming back. I mean, they're loaded. I don't see how they're not in the playoffs, and probably a top-4 team after winning the ACC. Finally.
Oh, yeah, they're in for sure, 100%.
James, you on board Miami maybe winning it all?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Okay, how much time we got?
You've got 20 seconds.
Jason, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where are you located?
Yeah, we're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. I'll be at the 23rd Street location 2 to 7 today.
And we'll see you guys back Friday. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The wait is over.
That is gone!
Catch Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and all the boys as the Atlanta Braves look to reclaim the East.